Hey y'all, just about to do a quick video with some of the things that went wrong as far as office procedures prior to my BBL surgery. Please do me a favor and subscribe, follow my journey. Feel free to ask me any questions and I'll be reaching out. Anyway, so my doctor's name is Tamara Dawley, Dawli. She works out of Western New York. So I actually tried to schedule a surgery with her last year. If you watch some of the other videos, you might have heard me mention that. What happened was the week before surgery, and at the time she was booked out really far. So I had waited like 6 months to see her, and she canceled the week before. She was apparently having maternity issues. I had no idea this woman was pregnant. I had gone to my 2-week pre-op already. I mean, she was tiny. But I really, really wish somebody had said something to me about, there's a reality that pregnancy is a medical condition. So, I just wish somebody had said something about my doctor being pregnant. I remember when I was pregnant, I was not quite myself, during or after. So I would have been a little uncomfortable with her operating in that condition. So I guess the chips fell where they were supposed to. I thought that I was going to lose the weight afterwards. I wasn't. That's out of the question. I don't like to work out. I don't like to eat healthy. I'll be doing very minimal to maintain my results. So as I check in at, farther out 6 months post-op, a year post-op, you'll be able to see some fat girl results. Like, this is what it looked like if you do not care, because I'm, again, minimal maintenance. And if I get fat, hey, I've been fat before, so it's cool. I'm fat now, but don't get me started. I'm currently 13 days post-op. Anyway, so that was that time. This time, after COVID and everything, when optional surgery reemerged, I got on her schedule. I was able to schedule a little bit faster, probably because she had cleared her schedule. So it was on a little over 2 months I waited. You may have heard me say this before. If you can schedule super, super quickly with your doctor does not have any patience. And I personally would be afraid of that. But hey, do what you do what you do. So I got scheduled. They took my deposit. I thought it was a little weird, but I didn't pay any attention. They did no health screening like the first time, and I was not able to come in for my consultation. I just assumed they would use a lot of the information from the first time that I had worked with them, and I kind of brushed it all off. I did, however, in the first conversation, ask for the total pricing. I did not borrow money for my surgery. I paid it with money that I have. So it was important to me to continually plan to spend and replace that money. And what I would be spending and replacing. The young woman who took my deposit had no idea what the total cost of my procedure was. I asked for pre-op instructions as well as the layout of that pricing. And after about a week, I had to call back because she didn't know and needed to reach back out to me. I had to call back because she did not ever reach it back out to me. I did get a few bits and pieces of pre-op information, like when I needed to pay my anesthesiologist and when I needed to pay the surgery center, and the date of my surgery. little tiny that I shouldn't take pain meds that month before. And that was pretty much about it. The price was laid out at that point, but again, I had to call back to get literally to find out what I needed to give them. Wow, I'm breaking out bad. Sorry y'all. I'm not used to being on camera. I'm trying to work on it, but whatever. So fast forward to 30 days before my surgery, or just under 30 days, I went to get my blood work done, and they've locked the prescription until the date of surgery. Obviously somebody's clerical error. So the blood work people called the office to try to get it unlocked, to get the prescription changed in the system. The young woman in the office had the hardest time comprehending that she needed to change something in the system, and repetitively tried to verbally assure the blood work tech that she could take the blood work that day. It was just annoying and embarrassing because I'm in this place. These people ask me a million questions about my surgery. Again, I talked a little bit about that in another video. And now y'all looking like y'all don't know what y'all doing. It was just a little annoyance. It was fixed relatively quickly once she woke up to the facts that it needed to be done through the system. And I got my blood work taken. Everything went smoothly. At my 2-week pre-op with my surgeon, I finally did a health screening. So it's like, y'all have had my money and are going to ask for the rest of my money today. And I could be completely ineligible for this surgery, and nobody would have had any idea prior to right this minute. There was also a full pre-op instruction given to me, one of which with some additional instructions that needed to be handled or acknowledged rather a month before surgery, like I can't consume nicotine. Now, I don't smoke, but if I did and I didn't remember from the first time, I would have screwed myself out of surgery, basically. Because I could have easily smoked up until that 2 weeks and then received notification that I wasn't supposed to smoke. So I was a little bit annoyed about that. Again, even though it didn't apply to me, it's just like, what else are y'all missing? Like, y'all not on point right here. Y'all, like, where is we at? Why are y'all putting me in a position where my surgery could be canceled? A little, right during that same week of that appointment, I had my COVID test at my surgery center. I did a video on that as well. On the way to my surgery center, I realized when you Google the name that they originally gave me for the surgery center, there are several on the very same street. There are actually several different facilities with extremely similar names. So I wanted to make sure I went to the right place. I got on the phone with them. They could not, it seemed like for the life of them, figure out the address to the surgery center. So I had to talk to 2 separate people, and it took like 10 minutes. It was like crazy. But I did get it, and I made it to my COVID test, and I was fine and all of that good stuff. It was just strange to me that nobody on hand had, if y'all do surgery out of one location, why, like, doesn't anybody just have the address accessible? Whatever. I'm trying to think. They told me they gave me what I understood to be specific amounts for my the surgery center's fees and my anesthesiologist fees, they were both a little off, but it wasn't anything significant for me to complain about at first. At first it wasn't. The amounts were taken care of. The anesthesiologist called me a week before, like they were supposed to. And the surgery center, they had instructed me the surgery center would be calling me a week before as well, but they actually did not require payment until the date of my surgery, which was kind of nice. Have a couple extra days, especially since here come the loop, y'all. Here's where I really got really mad. Now, as y'all, I've been doing this video for 10 minutes and I have not gone more than 3 seconds of a pause of complaints, right? So I had some other stuff that was troubling, right? Y'all, not 2 days before my surgery, the anesthesiologist called me and say they initially had me pay for 2 hours of surgery and I need to pay for 5. They wanted another $1,000 2 days before my surgery. What? I started going off. I ain't gonna lie. I started going off. I let them go and got on the phone with this surgeon's office so fast, and just told them off because honestly, they had been quite incompetent leading up to. And now here we come with a situation where somebody's asking me for $1,000. It was in 2 days, an unexpected $1,000. Now, mind you, I had gone through some other stuff. My car got totaled right before and all that. So I really had a lot going on. And it's not about having $1,000. It's about why didn't nobody at no point prior to 2 days before this surgery express to me that this money was going to be necessary. At this point, because my list of complaints had gotten long, I had called them previously to inquire about the testing that would be done on my surgery date. They test you for pregnancy. I think they test your nicotine, the nicotine content in your blood, and whatever else. They still never told me because nobody ever called me back or was able to answer the question for me. Whatever. And this was after my 2-week pre-op, honestly, because I was scared of failing a marijuana test. I wanted to know. And it's just crazy that nobody could particularly tell me the things that I needed to know. Anyway, and when they couldn't tell me and they would tell me things like they were calling me back, excuse me, y'all. They didn't call back. Whatever. At this point that we talking about this $1,000 2 days before surgery, I'm pissed off now. And I just so happened to get paid like the day after my surgery. So it's just like, it really wouldn't be a problem after that. But just out of the blue coming with this $1,000, like it was just, like, again, had any point prior to this, anybody been clear with me that I needed more money? I'm so sorry. My eyes itching. It wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been nothing to complain about. But 2 days before my surgery, y'all got to be kidding me. So when other people like travel and they tell me like $800 worth of last minute costs and stuff, like, I just think all of that is outrageous. Anyway. So the doctor ended up calling me from her personal phone, to reassure me that they must have had, the anesthesiologist must have had something wrong. And they had a contract with them that basically gives me better pricing than that, off by, $300, $300 or $400. And But even that, I was still like, why is nobody at any point prior to this coming to me? Like, that's insane. I told her, like, at this point, y'all done messed up so much. I feel like if I die, God really tried to stop me from doing this. She ended up speaking with them. And the next day I reached out to them just to confirm what I did and did not need to pay. The anesthesiologist, and not to mention, when I initially called the surgeon's office to complain about this pricing issue, they're like, who's your anesthesiologist? What? Y'all don't have it written down nowhere who the anesthesiologist is? Y'all got to be fucking kidding me. Fucking, why do I need to tell you, the surgeon's office, who my anesthesiologist is? When you tell me, like, you literally are the person who connected me to these people. How the fuck? It's not like this is my team of anesthesiologists that I chose. Y'all choose these people, give them my information, and you don't even know who the fuck is who? Alright, whatever, y'all. I wanted this surgery so bad, and I had waited so long. At this point, a year and some change, it felt like. It was very stressful. It was like right at the end of my time of the month. I was bugging, y'all, and they was bugging. Don't get me to blaming myself. It was them. So I talked to the anesthesiologist, and they literally proceed to get on the phone with me and mention how they don't know where she got these prices from, but it wasn't them, and they're losing out on a lot of money, but they guess that they'll do it and all this other shit. I'm like, oh my God, the people who are about to put me to sleep for this surgery feel underpaid. That to me is just so alarming. It's just so alarming. But fuck it. They was gonna do it. And I had, at this point, heavily documented everybody's mishaps. So if something went wrong, everybody would have went straight to hell. Everybody. Like, listen. Oh my God. I was literally cutting up about this phone call. The doctor called me from her personal phone right on time, because I was getting dressed to go to her office. I was getting dressed to go up there. I was about to pull up. I really was, y'all. Oh God. I'm so thankful to God I didn't. Anyways, so that was just a stressful thing to have on mind. Them feeling underpaid really bothered me. I've worked really hard all my life, so I know what it's like to feel underpaid. You don't do your best job in that instance. You don't. So, that happened. My written instructions were very clear that I should be picking up my prescriptions for after my surgery, my pain medication, so on and so forth, should be picked up. Should be picked up the day before my surgery. So I go to where I told them to pick it up. They done sent the prescription to the wrong pharmacist. I take an additional 30-minute drive to the pharmacist because I don't want to assign them the complicated task of transferring anything. I take the 30-minute drive to the other pharmacist. Not to mention also, y'all, the anesthesiologist, when they did call me, they thought the first time they called me to take their payment, they thought my surgery was on a completely different day. Again, surgeon's office problem. I go to the 30-minute away pharmacy, and they asked me to wait another 45 minutes because my prescription had been ordered so long ago that they put it back on the shelf. Even though they gave me very specific instructions not to go until the day before my surgery, they been requested these prescriptions, never told me to go get them, to the point that these people done put them back on the shelf, and I've got to wait another hour. 30 minutes away from where I really need to be. On the list, it tells me to buy Tylenol and stool softener in addition to the medications that they gave me. Turns out those things are a part of the prescription. So I paid for them and got them in the prescription both. Only trying to follow their instructions. It was a complete mess. Also, the surgery center told me to arrive at one time. The surgeon's office told me to arrive at another time. The paperwork I had told me to remind at another time. All totaling about a 2-hour difference. It was like one on one end. It was like one at 6 o'clock, one at 8 o'clock, and then the other one at 7 o'clock. Like, everybody is telling me all type of shit all over the damn clock. Whatever. Whatever. It was just so crazy. It was really bad office work. Now, I will say it was very clear that a lot of the staff was new. But I was very clear with my doctor that they need to be better trained and they need to get on point because they're failing. They're doing bad. They're doing a bad job. Not I go in for surgery and the nurses in the surgery center complaining because for whatever reason my body needed to be warm or what have you. So she had them put a heater on me prior to surgery while I was waiting. They walking around complaining about how she is they're like, she needy. What, bitch? If I need something, then she need to ask for it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I clearly very, very much so wanted my surgery because these people had pissed me off. These people had pissed me off. I think that was about it, but that was 20 minutes worth of shit that just went wrong on the office's end. So if you decide to work with her again, I really, really enjoy my doctor. It's just her office staff is really off target. I would definitely let those women have another 6 months to get in the groove, because they're not in the groove. The first time, the older staff just was extremely knowledgeable. No matter what I called them about, they knew. These young women are lost in the sauce and double check every step of the way because they're bad with the paperwork. They're bad with the things that they need to communicate to other offices. They're just bad with all of it. I could not believe that anesthesiologist called me asking for $1,000, y'all. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you watch this far, if you are having surgery, I hope you have way better luck with the office staff.